All right, let's do some arithmetic. So in this video, we're going to go over PEMDAS, decimal division, and a couple of percentage change questions. Right, so that's kind of the focus of this topic. So PEMDAS, you might remember from back in high school or maybe even middle school, right? And so that stood for Please Excuse My Dear Aunt Sally. That's the one that we usually hear. But really what we want to remember is this is about the order of operations, right? So the P stands for parentheses, followed by exponents, multiply, divide, add, subtract. So that's the order we want to do things in. If we don't follow that order, we can get the wrong answer. So let's go ahead and do an example. 4 squared minus 6 times 5 minus 3 plus 30 and then finally divided by 5. Okay, so that has like everything we could possibly ever want in a stupid equation, right? Okay, so first thing we're going to do is parentheses, right? That's the P part, right? So the thing we have in parentheses is 5 minus 3 is 2. All right, and then we'll just pull all the rest of the stuff down. My recommendation is to just follow the order, whether you think you're really good at math or whether you think you're really bad at math. I would just follow the order to a T. Okay, so no more parentheses to worry about. E stands for exponents, right? So let's get that 4 squared equals 16 out of the way. Carry the rest of the stuff, right? Plus 30. And then divided by 5. Okay. Next, multiply, right? So we got these guys right here to multiply. 6 times 2 is 12, right? None of the calculations are really terribly complicated on these questions. Okay, and so what do we have left? Divide, add, and subtract. Okay, and this is usually where people make a mistake and then they start just going left to right like you would think you should, right? But it ends up that's not what you're supposed to do. So 30 divided by 5 is 6. And then carry the rest of the stuff. Okay, and then add and then subtract. Right, 12 plus 6 is 18. There's our 16. And we have subtract last. -2. That's our answer. And so you can see you needing to follow the order. So like if you look at just right, if we'd done everything right until this very last step, but if I had gone 16 minus 12, which equals 4, plus 6, I would have gotten the answer of 10. And pretty good chance that will be an answer choice on the test. So you got to remember all the way down to the bottom. Keep following PEMDAS and you'll be fine. The math part is really not hard at all, right? It's very simple calculations, right? But if you jump ahead and start doing things left to right, like we think we're supposed to, that's the tricky part of these PEMDAS questions, right? And just remembering, like it still counts towards your score, so it's an important part of the test, and really should be some low-hanging fruit that we can definitely get right. Okay, so there's PEMDAS. You will see a question for that on the TEAS, I would say for sure. Okay, so let me get down to erasing all this fun stuff. And next we'll do decimal division, so people can get tripped up on this too. And I'll show you a nice easy trick for decimal division. Okay, so you see something like this. 7.5 divided by 0.015. So in order to do something like this, really what we do is we need to get rid of these decimal points, right? Because they're making it impossible, right? And so if I go 1, 2, 3 spots to the right, and then I also am going to do the same thing here, 1, 2, 3 spots to the right with this, then I can get rid of all the decimal places, right? So that means on the bottom, I went 3 spots to the right to get rid of the decimal, and now I just have a 15. On the numerator, the top part of the fraction, right, I have a 7, and then I have a 5, and then there's 2 spaces where there was nothing, right? Okay, and where there was nothing like that, I just added zeros. Okay, so 7.5, and that's how you get rid of decimal points. 7.5 divided by 0.015 is the same as 7,500 divided by 15, which equals 500. Okay, so if there's confusion about that, plenty of examples in the app. Go ahead and get into the arithmetic section, and you will get plenty of chances to interact. But as far as understanding that concept is whatever we do to the denominator, the bottom part of the fraction, we do to the numerator, right? That's true throughout all of math. And here I needed to go 3 spaces in the denominator, right here, to get rid of that decimal. I do the same thing up here in the numerator. Okay, when I run out of space, there's no numbers left, then I just add zeros. And that's all there is to it. Nice little trick for decimal division. Okay, and percentage change. Okay, so we got 2 questions for percentage change. Okay, so you need to know for basic percentage change, you need to know this formula. Oops, sorry. New minus old divided by old. So what does that mean? Okay, so it means like it's going to be something like the questions for percent discount or percentage change are going to be, something used to cost a certain amount, now it's on sale for this amount. What is the percent discount? Okay, so the new price is the price that's on sale. The old price is the price that it used to be, right? Divided by the price that it used to be. And that's how we find percentage change. New minus old divided by old. So let's do an example. A plane ticket originally cost $400 and now is on sale for $300. Okay, what's the percent discount? Okay, so the new price is $300, right? The old price, $400, divided by the old price, $400. Okay, 300 minus 400 is negative 100, right? Divided by that 400. Okay, we can cross off those zeros, we can cross off those, and now we just have negative 1/4. 1/4 as a fraction or as a percentage is 25%. And we'll throw a negative on there because it's a discount, right? Price went down. There's your answer. Negative 25%. So really we just need to know that formula, commit that to your memory, new minus old, excuse me, divided by old, and then go ahead and plug in the numbers they give you in the question. Then you're good to go. That's percent discount. Same thing, many examples like that inside the app. It's a fun place to be. And the last one, okay, percentage change. It can also happen where they ask you for something about more than one period of time, which people can get tripped up on a little bit. Okay, so say you own a stock and it goes up 15% 1 month, down 20% the next month. And then they say, what is the overall percentage change? And inevitably, so many people answer down 5%. right? Because that's what it looks like. Up 15, down 20, 15 minus 20, negative 5, down 5. Okay, so that is not the right answer. That will be an answer choice. Lots of people pick it. Don't do that. So at least don't pick that one. At least cross down 5% as a possible answer choice. You've at least improved your chances of getting it right. Okay, what we want to do is pick an easy number to work with, like 100, and plug this stuff in and see what happens. Okay, so that first month, 100 goes up 15%. Life is good. 100 times 0.15 is 15, so that means I went up $15, right? So now I have 115, right? Okay, at the end of month 1. Okay, now this is what it's worth right now is 115, and now sadly we're going down 20%, right? Okay, 115 times 0.2 is 23. Okay, so now it dropped 23, and 115, let's do this math, 115, right, which is what we had right here. We had this at the beginning of month 2 is 115, not 100, minus 23 is 92. Okay, that's our final number. So we actually dropped 8%. Okay, and so what really happened, really the key part was we didn't multiply 100 times 15% and then 100 times 20%, right? It was 100 times 15% or 0.15 and then 115 times 0.20, right? And because we were multiplying it by 115, then we ended up getting a bigger drop, right, with this number right here, right? If we had multiplied 100 times 0.2, so if this number right here was 100 times 0.20, then this number right here would have been 20, right? And then that down to 5% would have been correct. But because this is a bigger number, this became a bigger number, which led to our down 8% rather than down 5%. Okay, and that's what's going to happen when you're looking at more than one time period, right? And this can be true with interest type questions as well as percentage change type questions. Is you want to pick a safe number, multiply it out, because it probably isn't what you think when you just eyeball it for the first second. Okay, so that is all of the arithmetic stuff that you need to be familiar with. So that was PEMDAS, percentage change, and decimal division. All right, I will see you on the next video.